Welcome. Today we will discuss how communication barriers affect students' academic performance in universities. Communication barriers can be oral, cultural, or students or teachers' difficulties with understanding each other. We decided to delve into this project because our school is an international school based here in Doha, Qatar. It consists of over 60 nationalities of students and faculty. Therefore, we have a diverse culture and community of students and faculty speaking different languages. So, communication barriers can be an issue in our school, but with the help of faculty and students, we work together to overcome these barriers. To find out more, we decided to go and interview professors and students knowledgeable in the matter at Northwestern University in Qatar.
My name is Nataly.
What do you study?
I study journalism. I'm a sophomore journalism student, so it's my second year here.
Okay, so what is your mother tongue?
Arabic.
What other languages are you fluent in?
I'm fluent in English and a bit of French.
Do you face any communication barriers at university?
I feel a bit hard since we have a lot of cultures and a lot of people from different backgrounds, different countries, so you can sit with around people that speak different language than you and you wouldn't really understand them, but they somehow turn and speak English out of respect. So I think there might be a bit of communication problem, but not that much since people here respect each other.
Okay, and how do you deal with them?
You don't really deal with it, you just kind of ask them to speak either English or Arabic, like in a language that you might understand, and they immediately just turn and speak. So it's not really a problem. If you're there, you just ask them.
Okay, thank you.
My name is Salwa Sadiq.
What do you study?
I study journalism.
So what is your mother tongue?
English.
What other languages are you fluent in?
I wouldn't say fluent, but I can speak Arabic and understand, kind of.
Okay. Do you face any communication barriers at university?
Sometimes when they speak Fusha, I don't fully understand every single word, or Qatari dialect, but usually I understand mainly what they say. I can understand really well, I just struggle in speaking.
And how do you deal with these barriers?
Well, I have friends that are fluent in Arabic and they speak a lot of Arabic around me, so I pick up a lot of words, and since I'm surrounded with Arabic at home and at university, I learn a lot from that, so yeah.
Okay, thank you. What advice do you give students that face such barriers?
When they come here, or
yeah, the students here.
I think the biggest advice is that practice, that good writing and good kind of speaking requires practice. It's something that everybody can learn, but it's something that you just need to constantly repeat, and you need to, writing isn't something that you just do it perfectly from day one, or you put your ideas on paper perfectly. It's something that you need to do over and over again, and there'll be some mistakes, or it will not be perfect. Somebody else will point it out to you, sometimes your professors, sometimes other students, and then you need to do it again. You do it again, and the more often you do it, the better you will get. And so I think maybe I do sometimes see in students a certain kind of perfectionism, right? The kind of desire to get it right the first time, to do it perfect the first time, which sometimes leads students not to submit something, or to submit it late, or to really be really anxious about submitting it. And I think that maybe that kind of being less perfectionistic and just realizing that you're in a process of getting better and improving, I think that's a good attitude to have, so that, you'll submit something and that it'll be good, but there will be some things that can be perfected, and that's why we're in school, is to learn and how to kind of see how we can improve. So that would be my advice: be less perfectionistic, understand that there's always room to improve.
I find in the university world,
yes,
I find that here in Qatar, we have students who know so many different languages, and I don't know all those languages, that sometimes I misunderstand them and they misunderstand me. So we both must make a really good effort to make sure that when we're talking about concepts or ideas or even facts, that we are putting them in a context that we both understand, because there are cultural differences, and it's really important to understand those. But here at the university, of course, ideas are what we are here for. And so if a student says to me, "Professor, I really don't understand what you're talking about," then I try to approach it from another angle. So it's really
Our survey was distributed within the year 10s, the year 11s, and the year 12s. We had a total of 32 respondents, and 26% of them were from the year 10, while 65% of them were from year 11, and 10% of them were from year 12. The nationalities of our respondents ranged from Palestinian, Egyptian, Iraqi, Canadian, Qatari, Jordanian, South African, Filipino, Serbian, American, Syrian, and Sudanese. We asked them about their native language, and 19% of them said that their native language was English, while others specified their native language, which was Serbian, and most of the respondents answered that their native language was Arabic. We also asked our respondents about the other languages that they were fluent in. Most of them answered that they were fluent in English, and some of them answered that they were fluent in German, in Swedish, in French, in Spanish, and in Turkish. For question number 5, we asked them if they face any communication barriers in school, and 32% of them answered that they do face communication barriers, while 68% said that they do not. However, in case they do face communication barriers, 32% of them, which is the majority, said that it was because of personality differences. 14% said that it was language barriers, 9% said that it was because of speech difficulties, 18% said that it was because of peer pressure, while others specified that they do face communication barriers because of language barriers and personality differences. The respondents also gave their specific examples on how they tried to overcome these communication barriers. They said that they tried to find common interests. They asked them to translate what they said to English if possible, or they asked them to teach them the word so that they would know what it is the next time that they use it. They said that they have faced communication barriers in the past, but they worked hard to improve their English so that they would not have any communication barriers anymore. They said that if they do not share the same likes and interests with the person, they would just avoid the conversation so that they would spare disagreement. They also said that they practiced to speak to different people every day, or they asked the person to repeat or clarify what they were saying. For the people that did not face any communication barrier, we asked them why do they think so. They said that it was because they tried to find common interests, and it was because in our school everyone speaks either English or Arabic, so it was not hard to communicate with other people. And most of the people said that they tried their best to practice their English so that they wouldn't face any communication barrier and communicate with the other people easily.